Here's today's hard truth. Your eval doesn't prove you're ready. Your daily discipline does.
This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. Real stories, zero fluff, battle tested wisdom, straight from the mess to the dead plates. If you're tired of silence, the politicking, and leadership cliches, you're in the right place. Welcome to Culture Keeper.
Welcome back to Culture Keeper, the podcast that bridges the gap between junior sailors and senior leaders. I'm Jessica Hardiman. Now, let's level set something too many sailors misunderstand. Yes, the Navy gives you a roadmap. Every rating has a learning and development roadmap, or ladder, and it outlines the qualifications, milestones, and schools that shape a strong career. But a roadmap isn't a GPS. Too many sailors treat it like one, assuming it'll guide them, prompt them, and remind them what comes next. That's not how it works. The ladder shows the lane. You still have to drive the vehicle. And I learned that the hard way. Early in my career, I assumed my leaders were tracking everything for me. I thought my LPO, my chief, hell, even a detailer would make sure I stayed aligned with the right quals, the right schools, the right opportunities. Wrong. I missed a critical qualification window because I assumed someone else was paying attention. And by the time I realized it, that slot had already been filled. I spent months waiting for the next opportunity, watching my peers move forward while I stayed exactly where I was. That moment hit me. No one was coming to rescue my career. Not my eval, not my chief, not even my ladder sitting on my desktop. And I remember sitting in the berthing thinking, how many other things am I assuming someone else is tracking for me? That question, it changed everything. I stopped assuming my career was being managed behind the scenes, and I started treating it like something I had to own, on purpose, on paper, and on time. So let's be real. The Navy provides structure, but it doesn't provide strategy. The latter gives you the possibilities, not the execution plan. You're given tools, not guarantees. And those tools won't move unless you do. Your eval system is a scoreboard, not a development plan. And a ladder is a guide, again, not a GPS. The detailer fills billets. They don't build your future. And your chief can guide and advocate, but they can't steer your growth for you. Now, the system, it was never built to chase you. It was built to respond to those who move. So if you're waiting for Big Navy to hand you your next step, you're already behind. And that entitlement is career poison. Ownership is career fuel. So let's shift from the problem to the plan. Here are 4 tools you can use today. No permission required. So number 1, set clear goals. As I said, the Navy gives you the map, but you decide the destination. When I counsel junior sailors, one main question I ask that always kind of stops the room for a bit is, when you think about your transition out of the Navy, whether it's at 4 years or 20, what will you want to have accomplished with your time? Now, that question forces you to kind of zoom out from the eval cycles and watch bills and quals, and it makes you think about your legacy, what your time in uniform will actually mean. And here's something I reinforce with my sailors when we talk about goals. Everything that has ever come to be started out as a thought. What takes it from thought to reality is taking it out of your mind, giving it sunshine on paper, and giving it room to grow with action steps and deadlines. So if your goals only live in your head, they don't exist. Write them down, put dates on them, break them into steps. Tie them to the kind of sailor and the kind of human you want to be when you take that uniform off one day. And if you don't know how to start writing that out, I built something to help you map it all out. We'll get to that before we close. And number 2, chase qualifications. Once you know what you want your career to stand for, the next question is simple. What qualifications prove you're becoming that leader? Every qual you earn says something about you: discipline, readiness, and whether you can be trusted under pressure. Qualifications aren't just signatures and boxes, they're credibility markers. I've watched sailors with fewer years in rate advance faster, not because they were smarter, but because they were more qualified. They made it easy for the chain of command to trust them with responsibility. And that's what qualification does. It builds confidence in you before you even walk into the room. So here's your move this week. Open your ladder. Circle one qualification that will make you more valuable to your team and your future self. Ask your training petty officer, your LPO, or chief for that PQS today. Don't add it to the someday list. Set a target date to complete it. Don't wait to be told. Volunteer to be ready. Now, this next tool is mentorship. And this one separates the talkers from the climbers. A lot of sailors say, I don't have a mentor. Like, it's the Navy's fault. But mentorship isn't issued, it's earned through hunger, humility, and follow through. You want a mentor? Show one you're worth their time. Ask sharp questions. Apply their advice. Circle back and show your progress. That's how you turn one conversation into consistent investment. And your mentors don't all have to wear anchors. Look for 3 kinds of people. One, within your rate/chain, or I would say within your current ecosystem, right? Who can teach you structure and expectations. And then one outside of your division or rate who can expand your perspective. And a third, a peer who is just as hungry as you are. That's your accountability mirror. Because if you surround yourself with complacency, you'll eventually start calling stagnation balance. So you want to pick people who make you sharper, not safer. Because here's the truth. Your mentors become the voices that echo in your head years later when you're leading others. Now, if you've never had that kind of mentorship before, the tool I'm giving you today will show you how to start building it, even from scratch. Now, this last tool is the hardest and the one most sailors skip. So every Friday before I leave the command, I take about 5 minutes to run my own internal inspection. No evals, no witnesses, just me, a notebook, and honesty. And I ask, did I lead by example this week? Did I communicate clearly? Did I leave my sailors better than I found them? If I can't say yes to one of those, that becomes my focus for next week. So self-assessment, right? That's the 4th tool. And it does 2 things. It reduces surprises when you get feedback, and it keeps your reputation in your control, not someone else's assumptions. Leadership isn't about being perfect. It's about being self-aware enough to fix what's off before it becomes a problem. So that's your toolbox. Set clear goals, chase qualifications, find mentors, assess yourself weekly. Each one builds on the others. Your Navy career, it doesn't happen accidentally. It's built. One decision, one qualification, one conversation, and one self-check at a time. And those 4 tools are the foundation of the Junior Sailor Leadership Starter Kit I'm giving you at the end of this episode. It's designed to help you actually put all of this into motion, not just think about it. So here's what I want you to walk away with today. Big Navy gives you the roadmap. You are the driver. Your ladder outlines possibilities. Your daily discipline determines which of those become reality. Goals, Quals, mentorship, and self assessment aren't extras, they're how you turn potential into performance. Ownership isn't a one time declaration, it's a daily decision. And you earn credibility every day. You show up early, you execute with purpose, and you take control of your development. Now, if you're listening to this and thinking, where do I even start? Start with what you can control. One goal, one qual, one mentor you'll reach out to, one honest self check this week. And to make that easier, I built a tool that puts all four into one place. The Junior Sailor Leadership Starter Kit. It's simple, it's free, and it's packed with the exact templates and checklists I wish I'd had when I was in your boots. So if you're serious about owning your career, instead of waiting for someone else to chart it, that kit is your first move. So shipmate, here's your challenge. Identify one step you've been waiting for someone else to hand to you and take it yourself this week. Whether it's starting a qual, scheduling feedback, or finally putting your goals on paper, you move first. Then download the Junior Sailor Leadership Starter Kit in the show notes down there and put these 4 tools to work. Because careers aren't managed, they're owned. And leadership starts long before you were anchors. Okay? And if no one has told you today, let me be the first to say, thank you for all that you've done, all that you do, and all that you will do. Until next time, keep the culture, lead on.
Culture isn't just kept, it's shaped. Every sailor, every day. Keep the culture, lead on.